Should I give my greeting again?
It started.
Okay, thank you. Good evening and welcome to the July 19, 2021 special meeting of the Prince George's County Board of Education. I'd like to thank everyone for your time and attendance today. Before we begin, I would like to ask everyone to turn off any wireless communication devices to avoid interfering with our meeting. All right, we will have our call to order, and Ms. Berkeley, would you call to establish, well, before we do that, I would like to ask everyone to turn off your communication devices again, and we will be Zooming with Spanish interpretation services this evening. Please listen to the following announcement regarding interpretation services during tonight's meeting. The recording, please.
Interpreting services, servicios de interpretación. Simultaneous interpretation is available in Spanish. La interpretación simultánea está disponible en español. On a computer, at the bottom of the screen will be an interpretation globe. Click that globe and then select Spanish. En una computadora, en la parte baja de la pantalla habrá un globo de interpretación. Haga clic en ese globo y seleccione Spanish. On a mobile device, at the bottom of the screen, tap the ellipsis icon on the bottom right. 3 dots. Tap Language Interpretation. Tap Spanish. En un dispositivo móvil, en la parte baja de la pantalla, toca el icono de elipses en la parte baja de la derecha. 3 puntos. Toque Language Interpretation. Toque Spanish. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. Before we have I guess I'll do it before we have the roll call. We have a new member to our board, and it is Alvaro Cerrón Ruiz, who is our new student board member. Wave to everyone, Alvaro, let's give him a hand. Thank you. This is the easy meeting for you tonight. I'd like to have the roll call now, Ms. Berkeley.
Yes,
Oh, and
ma'am.
members, please turn your mics on so that you can respond to the roll call.
Mrs. Adam Stafford. Mrs. Ahmed.
We couldn't hear you, Ms. Ahmed.
Here.
Ms. Boozer Strother.
Here.
Mr. Burrows.
Here.
Mr. Cerrón Ruiz.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Mr. Montero.
Here.
Mr. Murray. Mrs. Queen. Mr. Thomas. Mr. Valentine.
Here.
Mrs. Williams.
Present.
Dr. Miller.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're here tonight for the adoption of our agenda for the 2021-22 calendar. And let me make it clear to our viewers that this is the calendar for the Board of Education, not the school system calendar. It is the calendar for the Board of Education. Ms. Ahmed, Board Member Ahmed and Board Member Valentine, I'd like to thank you for taking the lead in pulling this together for us. Did either of you have any comments to make?
Mr. Mayor, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, just that I'm thankful for the working with Mr. Valentine to come to an agreement on ways in which we can amend the calendar to align with the policies of our school district and what has been brought forward by staff as well in order to be in compliance.
And I would also just want to thank my colleague Samet for her work on this. I want to thank staff Brandon Cooper. I appreciate you. Also, I think Board Member Queen also contributed to this as well. And so I'm just really glad to have collaborated with my board colleague and really look forward to the school year.
Thank you. For the record, and for those who may not be have visual be on virtually, but just on the phone, Board Member Joshua Thomas just joined us. Okay, well, with that, if there are no comments, may I have a motion to approve the agenda for the school board for the school year of 2021-22?
So moved.
It's the adoption of the agenda first, Doctor.
Yes.
Second.
I guess you can see I'm anxious.
Second.
Okay, this is for the adoption of tonight's agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, and this Board Member Valentine second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it, and we have a quorum. All right, the action item for tonight is the 2021-22 Board of Education meeting calendar. Motion to approve item 2.1.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it, and item 2.1, the 2021-2022 Board of Education meeting calendar is approved. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved in second that we adjourn. Any discussion?
I had one question, Dr. Miller.
Sure.
How will communication of this be sent out? There will be a press release or anything to let people know that this has been adopted so that the community knows that we've passed our board calendar? I guess this question is you, Brother Cooper.
I'm not aware, but that's a request of the board. I can work with administration to have it done, the communications department. So that's your request. I see Howard is shaking his head, so I'll work with him to have it done.
Former Ahmed, would you agree, or what's your thoughts on this, just to communicate with the community that it's actually been passed?
I don't know that a press release is necessary, but whatever notification needs to be done on the website or
That's
in
fine.
whatever other means, I'm open to whatever administration has
Okay,
will determine.
I would agree with colleague Ahmed on that. No need for a press release, but just communication. And those of us as board members can communicate through our own social media outlets as well, that the board calendar has been adopted.
Yeah, that'll be necessary because some people thought that we were voting on the administration's, the school systems calendar. And that's why I kept repeating that this is the board's calendar. So with that, any other discussion? So Mr. Burnett and Mr. Cooper, you all are going to collaborate on getting that out to the public for
Yes,
us?
you will.
Yes, Chair Miller, we'll work with Mr. Cooper and post it on the web and also announce it. And of course, your calendar, your official calendar will be posted as it should be.
Thank you. Okay, any other discussion?
Nope.
With that, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.